What if I told you that during the preparation time of summarized written text, you can actually write the template of essay or email writing, and this way there are so many hidden features with respect to the PTE exam, and in this video I have elaboratively explained all the hidden features of the PTE exam. And if you want to make most out of this video, make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE Academic. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome packed video on the PTE software hacks, the hidden features you're not using but you should be using. Well, before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. And anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We have left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. Also, to tell you, recently we released our second official ebook. Well, two ebooks. One is PTE Speaking Cheat Code ebook, and the new one that we released yesterday, PTE Reading Cheat Code ebook, and both of them will definitely be helpful to get you that 90 out of 90 in the speaking and reading. And especially the reading ebook that we released yesterday has got each and everything. Collocations itself 1500, along with the meanings, examples, grammar shortcuts, complete grammar course itself we have incorporated, the strategies, practice materials, each and everything. So the link in the description for both the ebooks, so you can make it yours, study well, and get a 90 on the very first go. Fine guys, without any further delay, let's straight away get right into the software hacks. The number one hack that most of the people don't know about is in the read aloud. You can actually skip the difficult words. I've seen a lot of students, the moment they encounter a difficult word, what they end up doing, they try to speak it to the perfection. As a result, they fumble, they hesitate. But the simple trick, the hidden thing is content is not a priority in the read aloud. Content definitely gives marks to reading and speaking both. But even if you miss one or two words, 2-3 words, it's absolutely fine as long as you maintain the rhythm. Let me give you a small example on what exactly I'm talking about. This is the read aloud, and there are two difficult words. Let's say, for example, the tectonics and sedimentation. If a particular student has a problem with these two words, what that student tries to do, let me help you with it. Geology is the study of Earth's structure, composition, and the processes that shape it over time. It examines rock, minerals, fossils, and landforms to understand the planet's history and predict future changes. Geologists analyze plate tectonics, volcanic activity, erosion, and sedimentation to uncover how landscapes evolve. 5 is the total marks to read aloud, and if you do it this way, you're gonna end up getting 2 marks, not more than that. But the person thinks, hey, I spoke everything perfectly, I think I should be getting 90. 100% no, this could be less than 65 score if this repeats for all the questions. So my point is, how do we fix this? Very simple. You skip the word, but when you skip it, you skip in a way that nobody understands that you skipped it. Something like this. Geologists analyze plate, volcanic activity, erosion, and to uncover how landscapes evolve. You just have to continue as if the word itself is not there. Then this method works. It's a fluency that wins the race over the content. This is one of the hidden features. You understand this, you execute it, you are a king. The second hidden feature is again with respect to read aloud. And what if I told you that the ending S sounds and ED sounds are not really important? I've seen students stressing the S sounds, stressing the ED sounds. For instance, if the word is developed, ED, they end up speaking developed, just to make sure the software understands that they're putting that effort in doing it. But when you speak naturally, do you give that ending emphasis? Of course no. So that means here the hidden feature is you just have to speak as if S is not there, as if ED is not there, or as if you're speaking naturally to a friend. For instance, if this is the same paragraph, how people end up speaking, let me first show the wrong version and then I'll help you with the correct version too. Geology is the study of Earth's structure, composition, and the processes that shape it over time. It examines rocks, minerals, fossils, and landforms to understand the planet's history and predict future changes. Geologists analyze plate tectonics, volcanic activity, erosion, and sedimentation that has uncovered how landscapes evolve. This is going to be max 2 or 1 out of 5. And you do this, 50 is also not possible. There has to be a flow. How you end up speaking naturally with your friend, that way you got to bring it on. Even if you're not pronouncing that S sounds or ED sounds, ending sounds clearly, it's absolutely fine, because when you speak naturally, you're not going to put emphasis on these ending sounds. Isn't it so? So the right way to speak here is this. Geology is the study of Earth's structure, composition, and the processes that shape it over time. It examines rocks, minerals, fossils, and landforms to understand the planet's history and predict future changes. Geologists analyze plate tectonics, volcanic activity, erosion, and sedimentation that has uncovered how landscapes evolve. Let it just flow. Don't build a dam. Let the water just flow. Remember this second hidden feature. The third hidden feature of the PTE read aloud again is a very simple technique. You just go in a rhythmic speed. Rhythm is what? Tut, 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 tut. Any song you take will have the rhythm. The drums beat tuck, 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 tuck. Maintain the same constant speed. Tut, 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 tut. You just do this throughout the speaking, including read aloud. You shall have 90. Whether you give correct content or not, trust me on this. This is so hidden that people actually don't believe in it. This is the way you should speak in the read aloud with this rhythm. This field is essential for locating natural resources like oil, gas, and minerals, as well as assessing environmental hazards such as earthquakes and landslides. By studying Earth's layers and geological time scales, geologists also contribute to understanding the climate change and the origins of life on our planet. It's the same rhythm. I'm not giving extra pause. Well, I'm giving ample pause for comma and full stop. But I'm not delaying it. I'm just speaking it quickly and maintaining the same tempo. That is very, very important. Whether you speak exactly as it is or not, it is not going to make a huge difference. Of course, nobody will speak something different. 1 or 2 words, 2, 3 words here and there goes. You misinterpret, it's fine. You mispronounce, it's fine. As long as you maintain this rhythm. Remember this hidden feature which is so hidden that people have almost forgotten that it was once there. The fourth is repeat sentence. The hidden feature is very simple here. Repeat sentence, the fluency wins the race over the content. But what people think, I have to repeat every word correctly. They try to do so, and in doing so they fumble. 0 out of 3. For instance, if this is the audio text, geology explores Earth's rocks, minerals, and processes shaping landscapes over millions of evolving years. If this is the audio that you get, let's say, what a newbie would end up doing, he or she completely forgets about these hidden features, that content is not a priority, and ends up speaking everything as it is. Geology explores Earth's rocks, minerals, and processes shaping landscapes over millions of evolving years. Is there any problem in this? As long as you speak like this, there is no problem. But most of the people would not speak like this. How they end up speaking? Geology explores Earth's rocks, minerals, and processes shaping landscapes over millions of years, evolving years. This is going to be 0. You do this for all the repeat sentence. 0 out of 30. Getting 50 overall is also difficult. Remember this. The hidden features are so hidden that it's not visible to the naked eye. The concept here is very simple. Fluency, give it to the perfection. Content, don't worry. 50-60% of the content, if you speak, should be more than enough as long as you're fluent. That means for such an audio, you listen to your capacity, man. My capacity is 8 words, listen to 8 words. My capacity is 10 words, listen to 10 words. That means every day when you practice, take some lengthy audios and make sure you listen to your capacity. See, if it is a 5-word audio, 6-7 word audio, everyone will do it, man. If it's 13-word audio, that's where the problem starts. Listen to your capacity and remember this. For this, how I would end up speaking: geology explores Earth's rocks, minerals, and processes shaping landscapes. Click next immediately and move on. This will give me full scores. Or geology explores Earth's rocks, minerals, landscapes over millions of years. This also will give me full scores. The point is not the content at all, it is the fluency. Remember this. The next is with respect to describe image. The hidden feature in describe image is very simple. Grammar doesn't matter, logic doesn't matter, the content. There is nothing like an important content, and if you understand this hidden feature, you would get to know what is the priority. It is the fluency. It's the fluency that wins the race. But what people think content is important. They always think when I speak, my grammar should be perfect. When I speak logically, I should sound very perfect. All these are not in the rules book at all. That means all these are hidden things, but you're assuming all these are important. When you assume grammar is important, when you assume logic is important, then you will not be able to speak fluently. When you assume content is important, you will not be able to speak, man. When you don't assume that all these are important, when you get the clarity that fluency is the one that is important, then you will be unstoppable. That means when you speak, don't worry about grammar, don't worry about logic, don't worry about misinterpreting the content, don't worry about best content. There is nothing like a best content. Speak something from the image, and when you speak, sound like read aloud. That means if you have to speak something from the image, you need a protocol. The protocol is very simple. The first 25 seconds, preparation time, very, very important. Now the next big question is how to make use of this 25 seconds preparation time effectively. Very simple. In the template that I've given in many videos, you have to fill 3 sentences. In these 3 sentences, I need 3 key content. First 25 seconds, just 3 ideas you figure out, or you speak these 3 ideas, or you just write these 3 ideas. That's all it is. And then once the recording is done, just speak by looking at these 3 ideas or just recalling those 3 ideas that you just spoke. Let me just show you with a small demonstration. Well, this is the area chart. Let me just show you how I utilize the first 25 seconds. Very simple, 3 key contents. I look at it and I think television, bed and dining table. These 3 things I choose. Television from Jan to December almost remains 0 in the area chart. The bed in yellow, right? Probably from Jan to July it almost remains negligible, but from July it gets a peak and ends with a value of 200 in December. And then dining table almost remains 0 till July, but after July it gets a peak and ends with a value of 300 or 400 in the December. That's all. Now we're gonna start speaking 3 sentences on our own. The remaining template will cover. Let's start. The image provided is a bar graph that gives information about stacked area chart. The x-axis talks about the month from Jan to December. The y-axis talks about the values from 0 to 900. Firstly, it is evident that television area chart remains almost 0 from Jan to December, which indicates that it is not in good scope. Conversely, the value of the bed almost remains 0 till July, but after July it gets a peak and remains at a value of 200 till the month of December. Another interesting point is with respect to dining table, the value remains negligible till July, but after July it gets a spike and almost reaches 300 at the end of December. Now if you still have time, you add in conclusion. This image illustrates stacked area chart across television, refrigerator, etc. from Jan to December. The idea is when I spoke, I did not pay attention to the grammar, I did not pay attention to the logic, I did not pay attention to the value, whether I was interpreting them correctly or not. I just told 300, I just told 200. I may have told 1 also, I may have told 1050 also. But what matters is I did not fumble. I spoke the way I did in read aloud almost, and this is the hidden feature. You understand this, you are a king. You don't understand this, perhaps you need to repeat again and again. Remember this. The next is Retell lecture. The same is applicable even for respond to situation for PTE core. The hidden feature here is, again, in describe image, whatever we discussed, same thing. Logic doesn't matter. There is no important content. Grammar is not going to make sense. Whatever you have written, even if you have written something wrong, a grammatically completely wrong statement, just speak. Many wonder how all these things will give marks. That's how it is. All these are so hidden that people have almost forgotten, that they cannot believe that these things actually work. Let's say in Retell lecture or respond situation, a student has written this statement when the person takes the short notes. The history repeating and the king death. This is grammatically wrong. The history repeats itself, or history is repeating, history was repeating, and the king has died and the king death was confirmed. Something has to come. He has written in a hurry this much, and now while speaking, that person tries to correct it. When the person tries to correct it, that's where the fluency gone case. You fumble, you hesitate, you come back and correct it, marks gone. So this is the hidden feature of the PTE exam. Don't worry too much about what you speak. It's all about how you speak. How to speak, of course, using mouth. I'm not saying that. What I meant by telling how you speak is, you should not fumble, you should not hesitate, maintain that rhythm. No intonations, no emphasis, just have to maintain the naturality. The next hidden tip as far as PT speaking is concerned is answer short question. Don't worry at all. We have skipped this and still got 90. You know the answer, you tell the answer. If you don't know the answer, just repeat the question or speak something relevant to the question. Not a priority, not a priority, not a priority. The next hidden tip is with respect to summarize written text. I've told this in many videos as well. The hidden feature of summarize written text is very simple. What you think is obvious is not obvious, and what you think is not obvious is obvious. I'm not sure if everybody understood it. When we summarize a paragraph, what we think is obvious, oh, probably we need to write on our own. The rule is, what you think is not obvious is actually obvious. Meaning, let me not confuse you more. The idea is very simple. Don't assume on your own. Don't try to write something on your own. Don't try to write a synonym. There is a word, exactly copy paste. 2 full sentences, between them comma and a connector, but or and, in the end full stop. That's all summarized written text is. Don't worry about anything else. You worry about anything else, you apply this too much, then marks gone. This is the hidden feature of summarized written text. Don't add words on your own, don't write synonyms, don't try to write something on your own unless you're very confident about grammar. The next hidden feature is with respect to essay writing. Will a lot bore you with respect to template, this, with respect to essay writing. All I'm gonna give you is another hidden feature. There's a question, and what if you don't understand the question? Well, the recent update is you got to write something relevant to the question. If you don't write, then marks will not come. Very much relevant, we need to write. But if this is the question that comes in the exam, let's say, xenophobia has increased over the time, how to address this issue, how can this be tackled so that people who migrate do not suffer? Now, when a new word like xenophobia is introduced in the question, usually in the exam they would have given you some hints. They would have explained you what xenophobia is. If they have not, then at least they would have given a clue somewhere. Now here the clue is who migrate do not suffer, so it's about migration. I don't know about xenophobia, but I can definitely write about migration. Then talk about migration. Even if you don't get full marks, at least content out of 3 you end up getting 2 if grammar and spelling everything is correct. If from one question you have 12 marks, you would get 10 out of 12 or 11 out of 12 and not 0 out of 12. So the hidden feature is this: don't worry too much about the content. Well, you need to write relevant to the question, but even if it is not relevant with respect to a very great idea, important idea, it's absolutely fine. As long as you write something relevant to the question, a little bit relevant to the question, it should be fine. But yes, when a word like this xenophobia or some other word that you have absolutely no clue as to what it is, then whatever you can make out, whatever you can understand from the question, you go with it and write and elaboratively finish it off. You still should be able to get a good score, if not the perfect score. Remember this. And the next hidden feature is right from dictation. People are still not able to believe if this works or not. Every day 1 or 2 people have 90 overall in our registered codes, and I hope you have seen the same in our Instagram channel and the YouTube community post. This is working, this will work. You can add extra words, add extra spellings, but don't add some 30-40 words. 4, 5, 6 words, 6, 7 words you can definitely add. Prepositions, articles, to, and, in, a, the, all these things you can use. If this is the question audio, understanding the size of wood helps with estimating how much material is needed for a project. You can add extra words, something like this. Understanding the sizes of wood helps, or you can add helped with estimating how much materials are needed for a projects. You can definitely add like this, absolutely no problem. See, this is not exactly something wrong, because the evaluation criteria says every correct word will give you 1 mark. It doesn't talk about grammar, it doesn't talk about order. The day they update in their website or the score guide that ordering matters, then I'll be the first person to tell you not to follow this. But something like that cannot be done. As long as the word is matching, it proves that you have a good listening skill. Remember, just adding extra words will not give you scores. It's the good listening skill that one should possess. On top of that, you add extra words, meaning you understand the audio, write everything, and in doubt add, then you get the mark. Simply adding will not give the mark. So that's one of the reasons why this exam still has this hidden feature. But yes, as long as this is there, you can definitely make use of this at the moment. Please add extra words, add extra spellings, and make sure or ensure you use this method for a better score in the exam. The next hidden feature of the PTE exam is with respect to listening section. Listening, fill in the blanks. Let's say you have a very good typing speed. You're not someone who writes on a paper and then transfer the answer. You're someone who has a good typing speed, you directly type. But when you type, the cursor should be pointing into the blank. First blank, you can use the mouse and point the cursor into the blank. Second one, you again don't have to use the mouse. Click the tab button, immediately it will go to the second option. This should work mostly in all the exam centers. If it is not working, then probably in that exam center it doesn't work. I've interacted with many students. 90% of them tell me the tab is working, but the remaining 10% told me the tab did not work. So with this data that I've collected, I'm telling you, it should work. Most probably, if it is not working, probably in that center, some keyboard, some other problem is there, which even I'm not sure. But for now, let's assume the tab button will definitely work. This you can make use of if you have a good typing speed, and press tab button, automatically it will go to the next question. The next hidden feature of the PTE exam is, remember, you can always complain if someone is literally shouting. Of course, the mic that you're using will have a noise cancellation technique, but if someone is yelling, screaming, then what technology can do? It has its own shortcomings. Someone is really literally screaming, then please raise your hands and complain, pointing to that guy, to the invigilator, saying this person is shouting. My scores will be affected. I'm aware that this has a noise cancellation, but what noise cancellation can do if The range here is over probably 400 decibels. My ears can become deaf. Please, I request you, ask that guy to reduce the sound. You can definitely do this. Very much loud. First time you do this, the person kept quiet. After 5 minutes, the person will again start. Now you can again raise a complaint. You tell the teacher that you're literally getting affected because of this, and you want the teacher or the invigilator to note down and raise a complaint. But that's why you complained, and the person who was screaming before has now reduced the volume, but after 5 minutes again he shouted. You again raise your hand and complain. This is very much valid. You can do this to get a better score. Simply your concentration gets affected, and if that person shouts who is right next to you, his voice, there are high chances can be recorded, and as a result your marks may go down. Please make use of this chance. And not just this, there is one more feature completely hidden. What if I told you that you can actually change the mics? You go there in the beginning, you test the mic, correct? When you test the mic, there should not be zzz sound when you listen to it back. So when this zzz sound is very much prominent, you raise your hand. The invigilator may try to convince you that this will not get affected, but you be adamant. You tell that invigilator, no, 100% no, I have given exam 10 times. I know what works and what doesn't work. This sound is very prominent. Please, I request you, help me change the seat or give me a new headset. This, you have full rights to ask this way. Make use of this hidden feature. And the last hidden feature, completely hidden, not many people know of this. Essay template or email writing template. What if I told you you can write that in summarized written text preparation time? Summarized written text, entire thing is 10 minutes. But the things that we have taught you can just copy paste 2 lines or write 2 lines, put a comma connector, in the end put a full stop. We'll probably finish in 4-5 minutes and not more than that. After this, what to do? Click next. Don't click next. The remaining 4-5 minutes or 5-6 minutes, start typing the email template or essay template, depending on you are for PTE Academic or PTE Core. Now there is one problem. Listen to it carefully. Otherwise, you'll definitely come here and blame me for that. When you type the template, the word count will increase in summarized written text. Summarized written text word count should be 5 to 75 words for PTE Academic, 25 to 50 words for PTE Core. Now when you type the template, 150 words template, 150 plus words are there in your summarized written text. Now you completely cut it. You cut it. What will happen? When you cut it, the words will still be in the buffer. Just see the word count. Word count may not go down. Cut, copy, paste will be at the bottom. When you click on the cut, it's like Control X, you have cut it, it's in the buffer. But when you copy, things are different. When you cut, things are different. When you cut or when you copy, just ensure the word count. Word count should have come down. Let's say word count is still 180. Then now you click the next button, gone case. It's because summarized written text word count should be between 25 to 50 words or 5 to 75 words. So do it diligently, do it properly, write everything, you cut it, and then ensure the word count has come down. And then click next, and then go to the next question, that is essay writing or email writing. There you paste it. It should work. If it doesn't work, no problem, you again type. If it works, well and good, thank the leader. But the most important thing is, before clicking the next button, whether you're doing cut or copy, ensure the word count has come down. If the word count is still saying 180 words, then you cannot apply this. Then you manually delete all, erase all, and ensure the word count is between the word limit range, that is 5 to 75 words or 25 to 50 words, and then click next and move on and then type again. Do it properly. I've seen students telling me this has helped. At the same time, many have told me that the word count did not come down when you cut it or copy it. So ensure the word count comes down and then do whatever you want. Things will fall in place. Well, I really hope this was an informative content. If you believe the same, like, share and subscribe, and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. This is Nakul signing off, Nakul, Nakul signing off from SKILLS PTE Academic. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.